You guys, YouTube has literally changed my life. So, this is not one of those YouTube growth videos. I'm just talking about how YouTube has literally made my life much better. YouTube is literally therapy for me at this point. I feel like I should be paying YouTube and not the other way around because at the time of recording this video, I just have 9 subscribers. I was stuck on 7 subscribers for like almost a month. And whenever I made a video, I just kept talking about how I just have 7 subscribers, but I wasn't sad about it. I found it funny. And you guys, the funny thing is, at the time of recording this video, I have 9 subscribers, but 43 videos on my channel. Isn't that crazy? Zainab, well, what is wrong with you? But this is just to show you that, and I'm not sad about it. I'm not disappointed. I'm just trying to show you how I am actually enjoying this journey and how it's changing my life. And I'll talk to you about all the positive things and all that has happened to me, how it has helped in my self improvement, my goals. You guys, a little disclaimer just to let you know, the major thing is I'm going through a lot in this life. There's a lot of chaos happening. I'm just joking, not chaos. It's not that a big deal, but there's just a lot of uncertainties. There are a lot of things that I don't have control over, and YouTube has been there for me. Let forget that. Let's get into the video. I'm so excited. So let me be serious. So when I am talking about something that makes me happy or I am excited about, I tend to ramble and go around in circles. So just for this to be structured, I wrote down a few points that I want to touch on and things I want to talk about. Guys, I love my kids so much. I say it all the time, but let's get into it. You guys, I have a whole journey with this YouTube thing because at first it was becoming overwhelming because I was overthinking things and then I was comparing myself to other channels. This is why you shouldn't do, to an extent, I feel like you shouldn't do too much research when you're going to go into something because it makes you overthink. And I'm already an overthinker. So at first I was excited about the YouTube thing. And then once I did research and realized that, oh, there's a whole lot that goes into this YouTube thing, I was having cold feet. But in the end, what I decided to do was I had a whole lot of things that I had to learn with time that gave me more confidence to post. And to cut the whole story short, I haven't gotten over those things like imposter syndrome or self doubt or comparison, stuff like that. But I have made a lot of progress and I have found a system that works for me. So, for example, now I am able to post videos that just make me happy. I post videos that I don't even think anyone wants to watch. Maybe when editing, I try to make it more interesting. But then during the process of filming the videos, I just talk about things that make me happy or like what is going on in my day. And it took a long time for me to be able to be comfortable doing that because I had to remind myself, you started this YouTube channel actually not for monetization or for growth. And I understand people do that and that's okay. I'm not saying it's bad. So I just had to come back to my why. I feel like I'm deviating, guys. Let me get back to my structure. This is why I wanted to make sure that I had points that I wanted to touch on. So, YouTube has actually helped me process a lot of things that I didn't realize I was dealing with, or just things I needed to say out loud. It has helped me process a lot of emotions or things I just wanted to talk about, but you just don't want to talk to people about it. And I think for me, an advantage, honestly, that I have is no one kind of watches my channel. Like, very few people. Like I said, I have just 9 subscribers. So I feel like I'm talking to the abyss. I'm talking to no one. And then to some people, this might be a problem, but to me, it's just comforting. I know that's weird, but I also want to grow on the channel. So I think I'm just enjoying this little phase. And I think people actually need to enjoy that. I feel like the way to win with this YouTube thing is actually doing and talking about things that make you happy. The whole process of this whole YouTube thing for me, I'm just doing things that make me happy. I'm literally enjoying the process, like journey, editing, recording, scripting, every aspect of it. I enjoy it. And although sometimes it gets overwhelming, I'll talk about how I deal with that. So let's talk about things that YouTube helps me with that nothing in my life right now helps me with. So first of all, the first thing, it helps me process my emotions. So when I'm going through something or I have something on my mind, when I sit down and I talk to the camera, I record on my iPad. I don't have any fancy setup and just this little ring light. I don't have a camera. I have a Canon camera, but it's not ideal for recording. It's like an old version of the Canon. So it just helps me process emotions. I just feel better after I'm done talking. I don't know. It's just therapeutic. And I think I'm already used to doing that. I used to do that before, but then I never posted it online. But I don't know how. There was just an extra therapeutic effect that came with knowing that I am going to post this publicly for the world to see. But for me, no one is actually going to see it. So the next thing YouTube helps me with is it gives me structure and it just gives me purpose for my day. So I'm at a phase right now. I'm done with my masters. I don't really have a job. I moved to a different city from where I did my master's, so I don't really know anyone here. I don't really have any friendships or people close to me like I did when I was in Bristol. So I kind of feel like I'm kind of alone. And then I'm not going to work, I'm not doing anything. But then with this whole YouTube thing, there's always something that I have to do. I have to either edit or script a video or record a video. It's always endless. And it's because it's a process that I enjoy. So it gives me something to look forward to. So when I wake up, I'm like, I need to edit this, or I need to do this, I need to do that. Like, it stops me from feeling like I have no purpose, or I'm bored, or I don't have anything to do. Because sometimes I actually even have to take a break. I'm like, this is getting too much. You get what I mean? So compared to when I was here and I hadn't started the YouTube thing, sometimes I used to feel like bored. If you don't really have anything to do, you start to have all these bad thoughts and you're just feeling bad and about your life. I don't know. It's just you just feel bored, and then it gives room. You just feel bored. So if you don't really have anything to do, you just feel bored, and then it gives you room to just start feeling lonely or depressed or just sad for no reason. Another thing is, like, now I have actually gotten a job offer, which is good. But then still, when I started the YouTube thing, I was still sending job applications and it felt overwhelming and it was just like a whole lot. And then when I started the whole YouTube thing, I felt even more excited. But there was a whole disadvantage because I realized that sometimes instead of sending job applications, I would spend so much time editing videos or recording videos, or instead of preparing for interviews. And to show you how much I enjoyed it, I actually had to find a balance to make sure that I wasn't letting a hobby get into the more important things of my life. You get what I mean? So I had to like prioritize, but then it made that process of sending job applications way easier, more bearable, because I had something to look forward to. Sometimes I actually used to use it as a reward. So I was like, Zainab, if you send in 5 job applications, then you can edit this video for 1 hour. And you guys, wallahi, I didn't do it for 1 hour. Sometimes I would go off track. I would do it for like 3 hours. So crazy. So now the good news is now I have gotten a job offer. So I have to wait now for like ID checks and references. Guys, I have a whole video on my channel, like almost how many videos talking about the whole stress of job applications. They showed me shaggy. I was going through a lot and YouTube saved me. It was my saving grace. This is the only thing where I have control over it. I'm not talking about views or algorithm, but like it's where I felt like I had control, because when I'm editing, I can tell this to do this and it will do that. It does what I asked it to do. I don't know. It was just a nice feeling. It was good. So even now that I'm doing ID checks and waiting for references to come in, this is what keeps me busy. Because if I did not, I was even thinking, if I did not have YouTube, then I would sit down worrying, because even now I'm worrying, is something going to go wrong? If I did not have the YouTube, I'll just still be sitting waiting for the ID checks and references to come in. And I've heard it takes 4 to 6 weeks. So that's a long time. But then I'm not bothered. You guys, I'm actually even using it as a cheat sheet. So I plan on recording so many videos so that when I start work, I know it's going to be stressful. I'll just use that time to edit and I won't have to worry about recording videos when I start work, because I know it's going to be busy. I think the next point I also wanted to touch on, I've already said it, it distracts me from things that are going on in my life that I don't like. So conflicts that I am having with other